Good morning. It's me, Pearl, and this is Tuned In Tarot. And we're about to look at the energetic balance within ourselves between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies, understanding that this is energy, not gender. And we can glean things from people in our lives only because they're a reflection of our own energies. And truly, the union that you need to seek when you're seeking to be in union is one within self. As you look at these energies and make these connections into your material world, I urge you strongly to go back and look inside at how internally these energies are playing out within yourself, because that is why you're seeing them outside. All right, let's begin. Divine Feminine is going first today, as all of her cards are showing. I'm gonna say right out, right off the bat, if you don't already know, I started this account through Instagram, so that's my main hub, and I post right before I go live. I post myself doing this like a time lapse of the shuffle, and then I listen to music while I shuffle and songs play, and so I post those songs as long as they're um, available. I will post them so you can see what songs played. The first one is usually the Divine Masculine because I shuffle left side first. And then the second song is typically the one that was shuffled during Divine Feminine. Sometimes there's a third song that plays because I do all the oracles. And so I'll include 2 to 3 songs so you can get a sense from that post what the energy is going to be like for the current shuffle. And when I did the shuffle today, Divine Masculine song was In Da from Matthew Deer's Black City album. And the lyrics are, I've written words on lists in terms to bring you back. You just float away and then consumed by space. My eyes retract from gaze and start to study plays. All of those books I read, Night of the Living Dead. So, Divine Masculine, on a great headspace. Divine Feminine is getting Tomorrow's Just Another Day by the band Madness. Trying hard, I thought I'd done my best all my life. I can't get no rest. Some who've closed the door before say I can't carry on no more. I hear them saying tomorrow's just another day. Listened long, tried to take it in. All these facts leave me in the swim. It's down and down. There is no up. I think that I've run out of luck. Okay? So, yeah, not doing well. Twins not doing so well today. So, we'll take a look. But the reason I bring that up is because the other thing I do on Instagram is I run a major arcana playlist. And the theme for this month is the lovers. And I can tell you from the cards I can see showing and the ones that I saw, um, no, actually, from all the ones I can see showing, the lovers card has appeared at least 3 times. So, this theme is going strong for today's reading. Divine Feminine, let's get started with you, my dear. Top of the deck, overall headspace for Divine Feminine, imbalanced. Why is that not surprising to me? Forefront of the mind, imbalanced, the Chariot in its reversal. And I get an overwhelming sense that the motion forward has been stopped, halted. She's lost control of the reins. This is no longer going in the direction that she had anticipated. And this whole thing is just fallen right off track. And what is it that's fallen off track? Well, the niggling thing in the back of her mind is the Two of Wands, which I always notice looks like a pair of drumsticks in this because I'm a musician and that's the first thing I think of. The Two of Wands, which appeared in Grace Draga's reading yesterday. I just saw it and is notable because it is considered one of the twin flame cards in the deck because it literally has 2 of the wands. And those 2s in the deck are about partnership and balance, typically, and choices. And so right now, the thing that is off track is her twin flame journey. She also wants it to stop. She wants to stop being on the journey. She wants to stop feeling anything about the journey. She feels like her mind has gone just out of control about this goddamn thing. So the thing that she's trying to manifest, She's lost control of it. She's not able to bring this balance, not able to bring this union. The plans that she's made, she doesn't believe are going to, go forward anymore. And so this is the forefront and the back of her mind. There's also this sense of I've lost control of everything, and in the back of her mind is like, but it's the twin flame journey. Like, and she's like, yeah, but I have no fucking control of it. I'm not balanced anymore. And then the back of her mind's like, but it's the twins. She's like, okay, fuck off. Like, there's a lot of energy here of back and forth and trying to wrench the reins away from the divine because she doesn't want to be on this journey anymore. She's like fucking over it. The first thing in her mind is the stuck energy, the 5 of Wands. Now, this is a stuck chariot. It's not moving forward, right? It's in its reversal. It's been stopped. It's been halted. And this is a card in its upright. When we look at it upright, that we see this grappling, this battle. And there's these individuals, none of them can break away, and they all have their own strengths. But if they go off on their own, they're not necessarily able to hold this together. So in her mind, she wants this stuck energy to be gone. She doesn't want to experience this energy of being stuck in her life anymore. And she, oh Jesus, the union in this, from what I can see, is crazy too. So she wants to get control of that chariot and get forward motion going again towards, we have that 5 of Wands card. Here we have 6 of Wands. So you can see she wants to make progress. She wants to get the fuck out of this rut that she has been in regards to this journey that she's been on, which I really think is this chafing against this twin flame journey. And so she wants victory. It's eluding her right now. She's not able to grasp those reins. She's not able to stay balanced so that she can receive right now. And so this victory is eluding her, but she wants it so much. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in its reversal. So she's being very overly protective of all she has right now because this is all she has. All she has is that she has worked herself into this position of being a Queen of Pentacles, a 3D manifested, material abundance, fertile, creative. She's also feeling a lack of creativity right now because she doesn't know what to do. She feels like she's done everything she could possibly do. That's another meaning for this 2 of Wands. This is a card of where you're waiting for things to unfold. You've done everything you possibly could do. You have no control over the outcome, zero control over what's going to happen, how it's going to go forward. And so she does feel in this Queen of Pentacles energy that I have done everything. I don't feel creative anymore. I don't even know what I could possibly imagine that could change anything at this point. And I have a sense that she feels that in this twin flame journey, she has held herself back. She has allowed herself to be held back by this desire to have this traditional relationship. So she has allowed this control to be wielded over her by past partners, by situations that she's been in. And she's really feeling very strongly right now. I sense a lot of frustration with herself, with the situation. The Hierophant is a card of legal contracts, marriages, past marriages, committed relationships, traditions, rigid belief structures. And so she feels that her need for these traditional things actually held her back. It was not creative of her to need this, and she's starting to really chafe at these feelings. She's also feeling, because this is what is blocking, or this is, say magnifique spirit, this is what is blocking her, right? This is the 5 of Wands in reverse. And I was going to say this is what is clarifying, but it's true. This stuck energy is blocking her from achieving the sacred union that she desires. She's understanding. She's having clarity. Here is the Ace of Swords following this Hierophant in reverse. She is having clarity about the blockages, about the things that have blocked her. And she understands that needing this Hierophant energy and also this third party energy or past legal contract energy signing legal contracts or having to sign legal contracts. She is seeing clearly, extremely clearly right now, exactly what the meaning of all of this is and how it has blocked her from achieving this victory that she's been after, because she hasn't believed in her own power as the Queen of Wands. And she's lost this feeling of being creative and abundant. And because she has lost that, she can see this new idea about what it is that she needs to do to achieve her victory. She needs to do justice. This card has haunted us. It's been mostly in its reverse because it's been about this isn't fair. But what she is getting truth about right now, what she is seeing so clearly, is that she needs to do herself justice. It's also possible she may have received an apology or some kind of apology for some in the collective. And it wasn't good enough. It was an apology that was hollow because it came too late. It took too long. And it didn't have any impact with it. It was like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm still going to be the same. That was the body of the message to a certain extent. So she has to do herself justice. And she has discovered this by this hermit energy that she's been in, which we're now in this reversal. So the overthinking that she's done is when she went inside and discovered this illumination, what she saw very clearly was that divine masculine did not bring her justice. She must bring justice to herself. And she does that by shifting into the full power of her Queen of Pentacles energy through this soul searching that she's done. Headspace. All right, let's look at the heart space. Top of the deck for the heart space, overall feeling, the devil. Obsession, addiction, codependency, ego. That's what's ruling the heart space right now. And I think it's really primarily about this niggling feeling. She's not controlling the mind. She's letting the ego right now just go full throttle. She's really trying to release the attachments that she had, that this ego energy has kept her in, but she's really just obsessing. That's that thing, thinking about the twins, thinking about the journey, thinking about the union, thinking about what her ego wants, thinking about how her ego has been wounded by how divine masculine has acted. And that's the niggling feeling in her heart space. Wounded, heartache, pierced heart. It's like he needed space, he needed time, he needed to do what it is that he needed to do. I give him space, I give him time, endless time, endless. And then when it gets to the point where I realize that in enabling him and giving him all of this time, I'm actually wounding both of us. She's decided to pull back, to do herself justice, to walk away from needing this traditional relationship, unsticking the energy by claiming her own victory over her own inability to see her own power. Needing to pull these swords out, these deep wounds that have been inflicted on this journey, that have been triggered by this divine masculine presence. She's done all of that. And then he continues to do something that is continuing to give her heartache. It's like he won't stop. This feeling, this devil and this three swords, he won't stop. He won't bring in the truth. I had to bring the truth and justice to myself. So he just is relentless in this energy of this wounded heart space. The next thing on her mind is this Three of Wands. It's upright. So we've got the Two of Wands in the head space, and we've got the Three of Wands upright in the heart space. So we do have patience here. We have patience regarding the block. We have an understanding that the pieces have been put into place and that this energy of being stuck is shifting, and she's trusting in the divine to help her with this journey, to help her get from this 3 of Wands to that 4 of Wands so she can have that spiritual foundation that she's really desiring. Then we have the King of Swords. And this is over victory in its reversal. So this is so interesting, because this is like her heart space feeling like the King of Swords, because she has brought herself this truth, that sword that the King of Swords has command over. She has brought this illumination into her mind from this, and she's feeling like she's victorious. It's her victory. It's not the King of Swords. This divine masculine is aloof, and he's cold, and he's unfeeling, seemingly unfeeling. He's strategic. He's done things that she can see are calculated in a way that she's never really realized before. She's clarity. She has clarity about this king. She is in her integrity, and she demands a match to her. That's absolute. Her victory is over this King of Swords. It's not with him, it's over him. That's her feeling right now. Here's the Lovers. Clarifying Queen of Pentacles in its reverse. She is blocked from seeing this union inside of herself. She is seeing this union in regards to the King of Swords, who is aloof. And she is not seeing this union in regards to herself, to her own power. She's feeling powerless to this union, to the desire her heart has for a lover. She wants to be able to love. She feels like she tries to love and she gets pummeled by the people who she tries to love, just pummeled by them. They're like, no, stop loving me. Do not love me. So she's feeling defeated and powerless by this desire for her to be in union. And she is seeking this reunion, the Six of Cups. She's wanting to experience this generosity. She's needing to be generous. She wants to be generous. The Six of Cups is clarifying this Hierophant energy in its reversal. So there's this deep desire for a reconciliation, to be able to have this reunion, this sacred union. But she can't, because she's protecting herself from getting hurt. This Eight of Swords energy, this self-sabotaging energy, being in a prison of your own making, blind. But her heart, this is her fear, that she has sabotaged herself by the way that she's behaving or not behaving. But her mind is clear. Her mind understands that this protection was valid. This protection was needed. This protection is what is allowing her to heal these deep wounds. And she can't quite see it in the heart space, but her mind is very clear, and that is what is helping to balance her. She needs her heart to shift more into this Queen of Swords energy. And there's our matched pair, the King and Queen of Swords. But she's in the shadow traits right now of the Queen, which is being defensive, cutting, overly protective. That being in the same row as the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, overly protective. And you can see the powerlessness that she's feeling to this Devil energy and this loop thinking and this obsessive thinking about the Lovers and the twin flame journey and how much her heart has been wounded. and she doesn't want to be stuck in this place anymore. She wants to move on. She wants to see justice done. She wants to have the clarity that justice has, be able to see. And the hermit energy, she wants to also come out of that isolation, no longer be in that hermit energy isolated anymore, protecting herself from any kinds of union, because she's been so single-mindedly focused on this one twin, or this person she believes is her twin, and it's kept her from being in her power, and it's kept her from experiencing her heart's desire. And so she wants to have a strategy and have more clarity in her mind to counter this protective energy so that she can experience the joy of sharing love with someone, which is a basic necessity. A basic necessity. Let's look at divine masculine. All right, top of the deck, overall headspace for divine masculine. The Lovers. In reverse. Upright in divine feminine's heart space. In reverse in divine masculine's headspace. Mirrored. And a place that needs healing for both of them. Divine masculine, this is the forefront of his mind. This is all he can think about. He wants to have divine feminine, and he wants to be in union with her, but he's not, and he can't. Because of the niggling thing in the back of his mind, and I can't fucking make it up. The Hierophant in its reversal. In the headspace of both parties. Because these past legal contracts, rigid belief systems, controlling, authoritative figures, whatever it is for this particular couple, these legal contracts, I'm really strongly feeling from some of the collective that it's about that. But there's been something, this could be divorced. It could be they're getting divorced if they were together and now they're going into separation, or it can be that they have had other relationships that are ending. Their committed relationship could be ending. Whatever it is, because there's so many different people who watch these and so many people in this collective, and this is a general reading. But generally speaking, the niggling feeling is the same as the thing that's on divine feminine's mind. This control, this outside control that's blocking him, blocking his ability to have the lovers. And he wants to shift into that energy so much it's all he can think about. The first thing on his mind is the Prince of Wands, which in the Cosmic Tarot deck stands for the Knight of Wands, and it's in its reverse. And what I see here is remorse because of the next card. But I see that he's thinking about how he has done this behavior, how he has acted, what it has resulted in, this impulsive, rash, throwing caution to the wind, not being completely, just being thoughtless, rushing in without a weapon, without a strategy, without a plan, and causing a lot of problems between them, blocking him from his ability to be able to be in this energy of the lovers that he so desires. And he's not confused. Here's the Seven of Cups. But look at the remorse. Look at this person, this divine masculine, prostrating himself. Please forgive me. Throwing himself at the feet of this lover's energy. Just completely at its mercy. And he's not confused. He's not overwhelmed right now, which I'm surprised because there's a lot of fucking cups in his headspace. But he's not confused and he's not overwhelmed. He can see what he did. He can see what he does. He can see his patterns. But he is determined to get his wish. This is that 9 of Cups wish fulfillment. Doesn't matter whether it's upright or in its reverse. When it's in a spread, it means you will get your wish. And this divine masculine's wish is to be with this divine feminine, is to go from this 9 of Cups energy to this 10 of Cups spiritual fulfillment energy, to end the separation by coming together and being with this divine feminine, his spiritual fulfillment, integrating her into his life, having him and her together in the lover's energy. That is his wish, and he's not confused about it. He's not confused about what has prevented him from getting it either. And he wants to take this sword and this clarity, and there's that King of Swords energy. It's mirrored though, right? It's in its reversal for divine masculine, and it was upright for divine feminine. He wants to come out of this. He knows, because also this is clarifying what he's not confused about. He knows he must stop being aloof, icy, and cold. He cannot stay in that energy and expect to achieve his wish. He must come out of that energy. He must have clarity. He must act in his integrity, and he must take action, and he must communicate. And so his final decision is to enter into this Knight of Cups energy, to be the Knight of Cups that brings this cup filled with love, that he's filled up, that Ace of Cups energy, he's filled it up from the divine, and he wants to share it with this divine feminine, which is his wish fulfillment. So he needs to go into this Knight of Cups energy and express. He knows this. I would say he's not stupid, but top of the deck, overall heart space for divine masculine is this Knight of Pentacles, and it's in its reversal. We could see him like this, just standing there, looking all around with that really great solid offer. This is a card about action, but it's about methodical, plodding action. It's about, making sure that you don't do anything too fast, because if you do anything too fast, something unexpected could happen. And when we see it this way, we see kind of a fixed energy. It's coming, but it's the slowest moving knight in the deck. In the vice versa tarot, we can see it this way, where we are aware we have a little more idea of what this knight is carrying with him too. He's got this wheat stashed away here, which is a treasure, right? That's gold. And this is the ability to create something else, whereas this is just metal from the earth. But this will grow, and you can plant the seeds from this. So it's a full offer, and it's one that has the potential for growth and abundance. And in this image, we see him in the darkness as well. Not only is he not moving, but he's not even in the light. We can't even see him. But this divine masculine is ready. He is ready to get moving. We saw him in his headspace wanting to go into his Knight of Cups energy. Knight of Cups isn't going to take his time. He's going to get in there and be very expressive. So we see him wanting to move out of the darkness and into the light and bring this solid offer to this divine feminine. And because this is vice versa, I'm telling you, right underneath is the King of Wands. So he has a feeling of wanting to take some kind of action. And then I also can't make this up. What is the niggling feeling in his heart space? It's the Lover's card upright. So top of the deck, forefront of his mind, Lover's card. Can't have it, scared about it, afraid, worried he's not being able to come into union. Top of the deck, or back of the deck, niggling feeling in his heart space for divine masculine, Lover's energy, which matches divine feminine's heart space, Lover's energy. So this is a couple very much in union. They are in union inside of themselves, which is why their inability to be in physical union outside of themselves or the inability to see the specific manifestation, if this isn't about a love relationship for you that you're watching this reading, is what is so infuriating. But we have divine masculine, the niggling feeling in his heart space is about this twin flame union. We see the flames there. We see abundance. We see the lovers that are in the devil card, because this deck has these same two lovers. We see the cosmic connection. We see the protective connection, that this is a protected, sacred union. The pictures from the star that she's using to pour unconscious into the material. Divine masculine knows in his heart space, he feels the power and strength and the fate, destiny, and the protection in this union, even if he's afraid of it in his head space. First thing in his heart, Six of Pentacles in its reversal. And it is clarifying this Knight of Wands. So he's telling us, yeah, I have not been giving equally. There's not been reciprocity here. I have been doing this Knight of Wands shit, which is immaterial, doesn't have any real consistency. And I haven't been coming in and being benevolent, being generous. I'm realizing something about the Six of Cups too, about the past and nostalgia, and how it was clarifying this Hierophant card as in past traditional relationships, past marriages. Just dawned on me. But regardless, in this particular image, he hasn't been generous. He hasn't been benevolent. He hasn't been trusting in the divine, and he hasn't been reciprocating the same kind of love that he wants to shower on the divine feminine. He hasn't been allowing himself to receive that. And then we have the Page of Cups. And in this deck, we are looking at his back. We could be looking at him this way, this energy. This is true love, right? This is innocent love. But it's very difficult for this page to express quite as well as the Knight of Cups. And this is what divine masculine is not confused about as well, because this is clarifying his confusion. He wants to turn his back on the immaturity of this energy. He wants to turn his back on this tortoise here. He wants to turn the back on moving slowly. He wants to come out of the dream space, out of the darkness. This is another card where he's in the dark. We can't see him. We can't hear him. He knows that he must choose to leave this energy behind. The energy where he's afraid of this kind of true love, this innocence of him in himself, and in receiving it from someone else. Wow. And then we have Page of Wands energy. And this Page of Wands, in this case, make sure this is page, right? Yeah, because there's no horse. I'm second guessing that. I do this all the time with this deck, this vice versa deck, and specifically this. I grabbed the wrong book. My Italian witchcraft book is not going to help much. I'm pretty sure this is the page, but I want to double check before I read it incorrectly. Yes, it is the page. All right. He's also wanting to turn his back on Page of Wands energy. So there's this immaturity here. But he's excited too. There's an excitement here because of the flame, right? He's excited because he feels the potential for him to be able to achieve this wish fulfillment. If he can combine that energy, that true love, and that excitement, and allow himself to be transformed. Here's the Death card, looking pretty terrifying. But this death can transform him, can rebirth him in this spiritual fulfillment that he longs for. He also needs to bring death to this clinging energy of the Four of Pentacles. He knows he needs to transform this attachment because this fear of losing this foundation is what keeps him cold and aloof. This attachment he has to the material, not only to divine feminine, but just to the material, just to this to feeling like he's stable. He feels always that if he doesn't maintain this cold, icy aloofness from people, it will destabilize him. And he needs to transform that. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And it's clarifying the Knight of Cups. So this is good fortune. This is a shift, a turning of the wheel. This is having all the luck, taking the luck and receiving this good fortune and this abundance. And this is clarifying the spiritual fulfillment and what he's excited about. He's feeling like he has the potential right now to express everything he needs to express. He has the excitement, he has the belief in his own wish fulfillment, and he's feeling the potential here to be able to actually start taking the opportunity to express to his divine feminine that he feels this new energy is possible between them. Okay, I'm so exhausted from this reading. Let us go to the oracles. For divine feminine, my energy is just like completely depleted. So I apologize if I'm a little lackluster today. I had a rough day yesterday too. Okay. Divine feminine, you are in the light attributes right now of the Avenger, which is a desire to balance the scales of justice and righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And I literally cannot make it up. You absolutely have a desire to balance the scales of justice. There is justice in your headspace, with your heart space, feeling like she wants that Queen of Swords energy to come in and balance those scales between that King and Queen of Swords. So you're in the light traits of this. This is being boosted for you right now. You have a desire to do justice. You have a righteousness on behalf of society or yourself. So you know you're doing the right thing. Your guardian angel is here, and this was an emphasis, babes. Your guardian angel is here to support you in stress management. The stress is real. I can see it in your headspace. I can feel it from you. So really do what you need to do to manage your stress. I played The Sims yesterday, and it was a blast. I watched Vanderpump Rules, which is a terrible show that no one should watch. It was delicious, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Do what you got to do, girl. Like stress management, whatever you need to do. An empty feeling is telling me something important. A negative feeling that indicates that your current choice of thoughts is so out of harmony with your source energy that you are disallowing your full connection to that energy stream. You could say that your fuel tank is approaching empty. Your emotions do not create, but they do indicate what you are currently attracting. So your emotions don't create. Your thoughts create, but your emotions show you what you're creating and whether what you're creating matches what you desire very strongly from your higher self, from your most authentic self, or if it does not match what you desire. And that is all that your emotions do. So when you feel emotions, don't get too worked up. It's when you have like allow yourself to feel it. Don't try to stop it, because the emotion's not going to create the thing. The emotion is showing you that the thoughts you've been thinking have stirred up inside you this indicator to show you, oh, babes, you're way off course. You need to redirect yourself. I felt an overwhelming, terrible feeling of emotion last night in regards to my DM and my experience of that person, and really having clarity about what exactly has happened. And I just felt awful. And as soon as I felt that, I let myself go there. And then I was like, oh, I feel awful because this is very far from what I want. I don't want to be treated like this. I don't want to experience this. This is very far from what my higher self knows my potential is. And so I let myself feel sad about it. And I asked for help and guidance, and I asked for a better feeling thought. My empty feeling was not an indication that I should give up and walk away. It was an indication that I had gone far off course. Divine Feminine, this is a time to give rather than to take. And it might be very difficult to hear that right now because you do feel very wounded. And when we feel wounded, we want to take vengeance and we want to see justice done, and when we're very righteous. But it's still good to remember that we need to be giving and receiving rather than taking. Taking is what happens when we try to control. Receiving is what happens when we allow. So you want to be giving and allowing things to come in. Conclusions are within reach. Just hang in there. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. And you were overthinking today. You had 7 cards, and you should only have 6 in your headspace. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You don't have to think about your true north. You just feel your true north. So face in the direction that feels better. That is where your true north is. That's how your emotions guide you to your true north. Your emotion, when my emotion was like I was crying like I had not cried before. It was like something had died inside me, and something did. And then I was like, oh God, my emotion. And then I was like, wait, I'm facing far away from my true north. That's why I feel like this. And I was like, okay, I'm coming back. I'm refocusing. I'm asking. I'm praying. I believe me, I was praying. Listen, we've got Archangel incense up in here. We've got Haniel for relationships, and we've got Gabriel to help me communicate this morning. And I prayed. All right, your animal spirit right now. I'm using this beautiful deck from Colette Baron Reed called, I don't know, I can never remember the name. I swap animal and spirit, but it is the Spirit Animal Oracle. And I'm still learning it. So, and the messages are beautiful, so I'm going to read it. But this is Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. Now, both your queens were in their reversal. So your work right now is to believe in yourself. Spirit is telling you from this oracle message, you have accumulated wisdom and experience and are surrounded by all you need. An abundance of resources is available to you through the generosity of spirit and all your hard work. Squirrel spirit shows up when you need reminding that the acorns you have gathered and stowed away have enormous potential to grow. So, relax into knowing there is always enough and you have what it takes to co-create the reality you want to experience. Through diligent preparation, you have gained wisdom and strength. How much potential you have. Believe in yourself, for Spirit believes in you and wants you to know you have enough and are enough. Doesn't that truth make you feel safe and secure? It should, for you have everything you need right now. So that potential, that Queen of Pentacles, believe in it. You do have enough. And that should make you feel safe and secure to know. All right, Divine Masculine, let's take a look at you. You are in your visionary energy and the light attributes. You have this is like the pioneering energy too that you've been in. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others and willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So you are in this visionary energy right now. And you can conceive of this being possible even if Divine Feminine can't. And she cannot. She cannot. That Queen of Pentacles in reverse is like, my creativity in regards to this twin flame journey is gone. I do not feel any way, shape, or form a way out of this. Like, I can't see it. Divine Feminine needs this visionary energy from you right now. And you have this willingness to proclaim this vision without a regard for your personal gain, because you are understanding that what you are envisioning is something that will benefit more than just you. And so you are willing to proclaim it. You're willing to come out and speak out and do what it is that you need to do, because it's going to benefit others. And Mother Teresa is still with you to help you with this activism. She is not going away. And just because she disappears from a reading and we don't see her again, which we've seen her many times, but let's say she doesn't come back tomorrow, It doesn't mean that she's not with you. She's with you all the time. If you have to be a visionary and take action and be an activist against something, this divine feminine is truly supporting you in this energy. And this is mothering energy, one of the most compassionate saints of all time. You're getting the 33 card. Whatever I can imagine, the universe can deliver. So if you're a visionary, whatever you can imagine, the universe can deliver it to you. So whatever it is you're envisioning that hasn't happened before, the universe can deliver it. If you have the ability to imagine it or even to think about it, this universe has the ability and the resources to deliver it fully unto you. For it is like a well-stocked kitchen with every ingredient imaginable at your disposal. So really believe that. Whatever you can envision in your visionary energy, whatever you can imagine, whether it's conceivable to others or not, the universe can deliver it. This card, it keeps coming up. Prosperity lies ahead. Trust. And that prosperity is that Taurus energy. That's home, family, hearth, marriage. Meditate and contemplate. Oh, I can't believe one of the cards is coming up. It's the second time today I've seen this spirit animal. Okay. Before we get to that spirit animal, though, Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, is here, seeding the light, laying the foundations, and bringing you this awareness of the divine plan. Because, of course, Anna is the grandmother of Jesus. She had to exist before Mary could exist, before Jesus could exist. And the reminder here is that these plans, these divine plans, extend through ancestors. This is a huge thing. Just believe and trust in that divine plan. And this is the card that's freaking me out. Buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide, which is exactly the same meaning of if you can imagine it, the universe will provide it. Well, the oracle message from this card. And the reason I'm freaking out is because I saw a reading this morning that showed a card that had an oyster with a pearl in it. And of course, I'm Pearl from Duong Tarot. And the person doing the reading said something about this pearl being precious to someone. And then when she pulled the next card, it was the buffalo. And it was the Empress card. And it was weird. Because I have a song called Bison and Butterfly. And it was definitely one of those messages for me. And I was like, oh. And then I see the buffalo again in my reading today. So Buffalo spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires, not by force or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you, trusting that there is always plenty to go around, whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support. It's all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough, and you are always enough. At this time, you can expect all your intentions and needs to come into a form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo Spirit's message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers, even before you see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. Then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow the good. So offer thanks and praise as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. So give thanks before you even see the conditions that you're desiring, because you know the potential for the possibility is there, and that's what you feel grateful for. And I'm also strongly reminded, I've actually had, yesterday I had it's one of the reasons why I had a tough day. I had many of my friends that are in this collective contact me and let me know that they were getting messages from twin flames, potential false twin flames. There was just a lot of energy yesterday. And I was just like, dope. I still haven't heard from my DM ever, and was like in that kind of a place. And I was happy for my friends, specifically for some that had been waiting for so long for that kind of movement. And I did feel happiness and appreciation for them, but it was in stark contrast to the empty feeling that I had in that big echo chamber of silence in my situation. So this card for me is reminding my divine masculine aspect of self to have a lot of appreciation for the fact that people in my collective are experiencing these wonderful changes, and it comes from the healing work that they've been doing, that I've been doing too, and that I can expect the energy to shift. And I need to give thanks to knowing that that energy will shift for me, just like it is for these other people who are learning to do this, and be appreciative even before I see that shift for myself. So that's a beautiful card. All right, bottom of the deck, the last energies for the twins, for the two aspects of self. You are right now in the shadow attributes of the monk or the nun energy. This is my fallback career, like legit. Definitely looking at different nunneries to go to, thanks to loving Hamlet since I was young and identifying with Ophelia. So going to a nunnery, taking Hamlet's advice. But the shadow attributes of this card are negative judgment of the physical world and excess piety. And the light attribute is selfless devotion and single minded dedication to spirit. So, little bit focused on how sad and fucked up and unfortunate the world is, a little self pitying there. And excess piety, denying too much from the self, denying physical gratification, denying like pleasures, maybe being very restrictive with food behaviors or movement behaviors, or just really being an excess of self harming, too pious, right? There's something that needs to be shifted there. You have to be in the light, which is selfless devotion and single minded dedication to spirit, not to a physical manifestation of someone or something, but to spirit. You keep getting this, you too. You keep getting this card, sign from above, which to me means that there are a lot of signs happening for the two of you right now. But also that you might be consistently getting a sign, and your ego is blocking you from being able to understand it. So you need to trust the signs that you are getting. And if you feel like you don't understand, then simply lightly acknowledge the spirit, say, okay, I see this sign, and I'm going to be open to allowing the meaning of it to come to me, and start to be less frustrated at not knowing what the signs mean, and a bit more open to how spirit will reveal so beautifully and unexpectedly to you what the signs actually do mean. I had an experience where I passed a test. So I had a friend who has a cute, sweet little dog, and she's in a situation where she's going to move, and she was looking for a fostering situation for this little dog. And at first I thought, oh, this is a great idea because I want a dog, as you all know if you watch these readings. And like then I could have one, and she's paying for the food, and so like that won't affect my financial stability, and da da da. And I started, but I did something out of character because I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo sun, Leo moon, and a Pisces rising, and so I'm impulsive and spontaneous and dreamy. And so a lot of times if I get an opportunity, I'll just be like, yes, okay, totally. And that's good for me in a lot of ways in my life. But then there are other ways where I kind of don't give myself time to process what the universe is giving me, like what sign they're giving me. So I said uncharacteristically, I'm so excited about this, but like let me take a couple of days and just make sure that it fits with everything that I'm planning, because I'm planning a move to the East Coast, and I'm going to be here for a certain amount of time, but I just wanted to figure it out. And I stepped back from it, and then I woke up and was like, It's a test because I don't want a little dog, even the cutest little dog in the world. I want a big husky. That is what I want. I want a big ass. I want one of the biggest huskies that has ever lived that no one wants because he is too big. Like that's that's what I want. And that little dog isn't the dog. Like I live in a neighborhood where if I'm going to have to walk this dog's ass at night, this dog needs to look like a wolf who could kill anyone who looks at me. Like I need that kind of a dog. I want that kind of an energy. And so I was really excited because I was like, oh my God, I understood the test. I saw the sign of how it was a dog and I was and I was going to settle for it. I was going to be like, yeah, I'll have this dog. And then I thought, what, you're going to get attached to that dog and then leave it? Like, that's what just happened to me with another pet that I didn't take the time to consider. I wanted a dog and a cat came to me. And then I had a miserable, hard time taking care of this very sick cat because I settled for an energy that wasn't what I wanted. Because I didn't understand that the signs were showing me that I have consistently done this. So pay attention to the signs that you're getting, divine couple, and start to give yourself time to like allow yourself to absorb the meaning. You might not understand instantly, but pray for clarity and you'll start to see and be able to put the pieces together. And I immediately filled out the adoption paperwork for my very big husky. And I said all over that, I was like, I want the biggest husky y'all get. He needs to be trained. I got to be trained with him, but like, give me a big old husky. I was like, if you have a husky shepherd mix, that's probably the sweet spot for me. So now I'm going to get something that's more in alignment with what I really want. And I can have a big old husky sitting behind me. And I'm envisioning that in this room when I do these readings very soon. All right. I won't put those unwanted ingredients in my pie. Okay? I've never seen this card before. Imagine yourself as a chef. Not hard for me. Just saying. My Leo's like, I'm a chef. All right. Imagine yourself as a chef in an extremely well stocked kitchen. There's that same analogy again, the well stocked kitchen. You have everything you need, right? Where there are many ingredients that are not appropriate for your creation, but you feel no discomfort about their existence. You simply utilize the ingredients that will enhance your creation, and you leave the ingredients that are not appropriate for your creation out of your pot. Okay, so there are many thoughts, opinions, and ideas floating around out there. Some of them are ingredients for the recipe that will make your delicious pie. Some of them will ruin your pie. So don't worry about them. They're there, they exist. Other people utilize them in whatever ways they're going to utilize them. Maybe they make disgusting pies. I don't know. But regardless, you don't have to. You only have to put in your creation what suits your creation. So be discerning about your ingredients. Divine couple, your commitment is being tested. Your commitment to your selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Spirit keeps testing you by the temptation you feel in being together. You want to be together so badly. You want to be in physical union with this manifested thing so badly that you keep losing your focus from your devotion to spirit by being focused on the physical manifestation. It is not about the physical manifestation. It is about a single-minded, selfless devotion and dedication to spirit. If you can do that, then you will receive your abundance. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing and rewriting the future. So you are doing the healing that you need to do. Those ancestors involved in the divine plan, they are all here, and you are healing from the generations that have gone and rewriting the future for your whole legacy, shifting your ancestral arc. And then we're getting koi fish spirit. There is always enough. Now you keep getting this today. There is always enough. And the koi fish who grows big within a small pond reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures that prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of temporary outer conditions, You can call in prosperity and magnetically attract the opportunities and abundance you need. And how do you do it? You do it with that buffalo spirit. You do it with gratitude and appreciation before you see the conditions change. The message of koi fish spirit is to begin to generate wealth within with deliberate intention, no matter how small your pond may seem, and appreciate abundance wherever you see it. Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity. So begin to become the self who is comfortable with wealth in all its forms. Even if at the moment it feels as if riches are not yours, they soon will be. Start to envision the plenty that spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to conscious and deliberate co-creating, spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer and so much of value to express to the world. In your little pond, there is much you can create and much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have and who you are. For koi fish spirit wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved, and deeply cherished, and trust that the outer conditions are changing to reflect the truth. Wow. Okay. Same message. Your outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity. When I played The Sims yesterday, I gave my sim $3.9 million to start the game. And I've never ever used that amount of money at the very beginning of the game. And I was building her house, and it was like a modest house. Like, I wasn't trying to do anything fancy. I just had this idea that I wanted to play in such a way that no matter what I would spend, it would it would just be this liberated place. And like I would just like get whatever I wanted, and then the balance wouldn't even go down. I was like, wow, this isn't even close to how Jeff Bezos feels. I saw a meme yesterday that $1 to him is, or spending $88,000 is like spending $1 to the average person. And so that is kind of the feeling that I had. I mean, not quite that, but that idea that it was just like nothing can even ever, there's so much abundance, there's so much prosperity, I'm never depleting it. And yeah, I played a video game and had that feeling of it was just a video game, but I expanded. I've never experienced that. Some people have experienced that kind of wealth. I never have. I've never experienced that until that moment. And yes, it was in a game, but that is how we learn. That's how we teach the brain. Oh, there are people in the world who, when they furnish an entire house with anything that they possibly desire in it, they don't even think about the money they spent. It doesn't even make a dent. So that's a thing. And so now my brain is like, oh, that's a thing. Because yesterday my brain saw that image of Jeff Bezos and was like, $88,000, motherfucker. You can give me $88,000 right now, and that would be like me giving $1 to a person on the street. Are you fucking serious? Right? I saw that. It was like, that's hysterical. And I actually wasn't even mad. I was just like, damn, I want to feel what that feels like. And so I only put $3.9 million because I was doing the mother load cheat, and you have to type that in like a bunch of times. It's like $50,000 at a time. I was like, damn, it's going to take me like 8 hours to make like that kind of money. I have to figure out another way to type in money that will give me that sum of money. But it wouldn't even matter, I realized. Once I got to 3.9 billion in The Sims, or million in The Sims, it didn't even matter. Like, it was endless. And I can type motherload as many times as I want. So you have to create the appreciation that the conditions could exist before they exist for you, and watch what happens. All right. Our goddess for today is Flora, flourishing one. This is how we're going to close the reading today. We're going to use this goddess to focus this entire reading. She was the Roman goddess of flowers, gardens, and spring. She is the embodiment of all nature. Her name has come to represent all plant life. She is especially a goddess of flowers, including the flower of youth. Her festival of unrestrained pleasure, the Floralia, was celebrated at the end of April and beginning of May. This festival was probably the origin of the maypole dance and the gathering of bouquets of flowers, symbolizing the bringing of spring and new life into the world. She gives charm to youth, aroma to wine, sweetness to honey, and fragrance to blossoms. Flora teaches us to honor growing things both inside and outside of us. She is a reminder to pay attention to pleasure, to the beauty of spring, and to new life wherever it is found. All right, so you can take Flora today and you can do your goddess practice. And this is for everyone, not just feminines, but it's to help balance the divine feminine because we focus so much on divine masculine energy and God energy. So you simply can think of Flora or any divine feminine. It can be Mary if you want, it doesn't matter who it is, just goddess energy. And you put your hands over your heart and you repeat as a mantra in meditation for 15 minutes. My heart is the heart of the goddess. And you can focus on Flora today if you want, so you can see springtime and whatever. Let Flora show you what she looks like in your subconscious space as you're doing that mantra in meditation. All right, we're at the end of today's reading. It wasn't too bad. I wasn't sure what I was going to get after my fun day yesterday that I've described to everyone. It was just such a great day in some ways and just so not great in others. But that's a life, right? So thank you so much for joining me. I am going to rush now to my next phase of the day, which is teaching, and then my bassist is coming over to hang out, eat the meatballs that I have made, and then the ravioli, and play some music. So that's my day for today. Please like, subscribe, share, click notifications so you know when I'm going live. Follow me on Instagram, Tuned in Tarot. Participate there in the challenges I have right now. I'm going to put up the lovers card. You can let me know what songs you think embody the lovers. I'm going to add that to a playlist, and eventually I will shuffle this playlist and I will do free readings from it. I have a team member who works with me, and she said she feels like this lovers readings that we are going to be doing here in a couple of weeks are really going to be just really big for us. Like there's going to be some big messages there for us. So participate in the challenge so you have the opportunity to win a free reading during that energetic time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Take care, everybody. Have a really good day today. I know you can. I know you can do it.